Hi, this is Daniel, and doing Rebooted Comics for the third week. And here we're going to talk about what I got this week. So, first off, continuing getting Teen Titans Academy #4 by Tim Sheridan, art by Steve Lieber, colors by Dave Stewart. And Steve Lieber is continuing as the sort of guest artist for this issue that's mainly about the backstory of the Bat Pack, the Bat-themed students at the Academy, and it just tells a really fun story about them. And also, one thing I really love with his art is that he'll do this thing. I don't know if it's Steve Lieber or the letter. It could be the letter or Rob Lee, but they do this thing where they like draw out little sound effects or little jokes in the art, and they make into sound effects that are like little tiny type you have to look for. And I'm still really liking following all the Red X clues, trying to figure out who Red X is. It seemed like in past issues it was going to be somebody at the school. Now it seems more like it could be someone older who's who the students sort of look up to based on the new clues now. But and also the new Shazam series now has clues on that, so there's all kinds of fun ways to follow that mystery and try to figure out what's going on, but I really have no clue yet. Next up, we've got a big one, Superman Son of Kal-El #1 by Tom Taylor, art by John Timms, colors by Gabe Eltaib. And this was just a really knocked it out of the park this week. I love the new costume for John. I think it's a really great Superman costume, along with the one that Superman's currently wearing in Superman and the Authority. So we've got multiple good Superman costumes going on. They give John a new origin in this one, which they've been needing to do for a while because his origin is so confusing and mixed up in weird events and stuff. So there's that too, getting to read John's new streamlined origin. And then also Tom Taylor delivers on his promise of having more Super Sons in the comic right away. There's John and Damian, a really great, really funny scene that shows that it seems like Tom Taylor really understands the two of them, and can still get a lot of humor out of that pairing. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. And John Timms on art is just great too. I mean, I liked what he was doing it on Future State, and I'm glad he's back for it now too. And I like the idea too of Superman like fighting more sort of down-to-earth issues like climate change and inequality and stuff. I think that's a cool thing for Superman to fight for. Next up, partially because of this amazing variant cover, I got Action Comics 1033 by Philip Kennedy Johnson, art by Daniel Semper, and colors by Adriano Lucas, whose colors I absolutely love in this and Nightwing. I think they're one of the best colorists there are at DC. I love how like connected this comic feels to the rest of the events going on in the DC universe. Like they have references to like Justice League and Aquaman and Suicide Squad and all kinds of stuff like that. And you can see they're sort of working toward, it seems like, the future status quo where Superman's gonna be leaving Earth and working with the Authority, but they haven't done it yet. But you can just see maybe some of the seeds being planted. And there's also continuing the backup story from Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad and Michael Ava Naming and Taki Soma about Midnighter, which is still just like breaking my brain every week when I read it, but I still enjoy it so much. And it has Mr. Miracle and Midnighter in it, two really awesome characters. And I don't know, I'm especially looking forward to reading it all at once when I can hopefully understand it better, but it's still extremely enjoyable to read week to week. Also, this has some very cool Lois Lane moments in it. Nice to see her getting moments to shine too. Next up, I got Icon and Rocket, issue 1. Now, I wasn't really familiar with Icon and Rocket from the old comics. I hadn't read any of those or anything. Oh, by the way, written by Reginald Hudlin, art by Doug Braithwaite, and Scott Hanna and Andrew Curry, and colors by Brad Anderson, who is another one of my favorite colorists. I think they did a really good job of like quickly and efficiently introducing Icon's backstory, and I think it's cool how he's comes off as sort of like there's a lot of Superman to his backstory, but then in modern times he's like Superman with the intimidation of Batman, which makes for a really fun character, I think. And Raquel, who becomes Rocket. For one thing, I like that name transformation from Raquel into Rocket, but I also like how she's the one who really kind of takes action and sets things into motion, as you'll see in the comic, of like talking to Icon and getting things to happen. And she's a young character, but like written realistically, and she comes off as endearing and not annoying, but like persistent. And a character, I don't know, I like that character a lot. And then finally, I won't talk about it too much, but gotta keep getting Infinite Frontier because I love multiversal mystery stuff. I'll just hold up the credits right here so that I don't have to read all the names because it's a lot. But Joshua Williamson is doing a great job on this, and there's more there's multiversal mysteries in the back of all the comics this week. I won't go over all those, but there's some I especially didn't know this week. I'll read one of them, which is what mystery in the multiverse has President Superman uncovered? That I have no idea about, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. I don't know if that means there's going to be a series with President Superman besides Infinite Frontier or what. Also, one I missed out on getting, I'm really kicking myself for not getting, was the new Wonder Woman from Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad and Jill Thompson on art, doing a really incredible painted art for that issue. And it just totally slipped my mind, and I feel like an idiot for not getting it, but I'm going to try and pick it up next week because from what I saw, it looks amazing. And then 2 other things I got just from various Kickstarter and Patreon things was Cankor by Matt Allison, including Sticker, which I've been following on his Patreon and through his Instagram, and it's just this indie comic that's extremely bizarre, and you gotta see to believe, because words can't really do it justice. And then also this really beautiful hardcover from Ryan Lang. I had almost forgotten I supported this, to be honest, but it was such a nice surprise to see it show up, and it has this really incredible, almost smooth, almost like Disney-esque artwork that's just like, it's just this quality all throughout. And not only is it a great story from what I've read so far, but I just hadn't seen any kind of art like that in a long graphic novel in a while. So I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it. So that's it for this week. Some pretty good stuff. Wish I had gotten Wonder Woman, but great week for Superman comics. I hope they keep being great. So that's it. All right. I hope I was helpful. To be continued.